Welcome everyone to TWA's Battlefront. We are live at the beautiful Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It is jam-packed, and we are less than 2 weeks away from our annual Halloween Haunt pay-per-view, opening the gates of hell. Hello everyone, RJ Peckham here. You might notice my broadcast colleague Mark Adams is absent from his position. That's because he has gone over to complain about the PG direction that Rich Uncle Pennybags has taken with this company. But tonight, we will see a monumental tag team match to see God, who made his return last time on Battlefront, teaming up with Chuck Norris to take on Slender Man's henchmen in Hannibal Lecter and Death. And tonight, we are going to see a surprise return of a former TWA superstar. Now, I haven't been privy to the information over who it's going to be, but whoever it turns out to be, it's going to be a monumental surprise for the TWA fans. Let's go backstage.
Alright, Pennybags. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Your decision to go PG is absolutely stupid. I founded this company on the grounds that we could say whatever we want, do whatever we want, and show whatever we want. Now you've just ruined my image and tarnished my product.
It's what's best for profit, Adams. We're in debt, and it needs to be resolved. Or do you want your product to go bankrupt?
How can we still be in debt? Obama
did nothing, Adams. He did nothing. And if you think I made a stupid decision, then you can go straight to jail.
Yeah, right. You're gonna arrest one of your announcers?
Officer, take Mark away.
Hey! Are you serious? You son of a bitch!
What? My longtime broadcast colleague Mark Adams is getting arrested? Oh man, this is going to leave a huge void here at the announce table. My broadcast colleague Mark has been one of the longtime voices of the TWA. Now I'm stuck here all by myself.
Grabbing peels.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the Television Wrestling Association, Lewis! That was the surprise return? Okay. Former tag team partner of Francis, Lewis, has made his return. Although this comeback is pretty much the same as if Virgil made a comeback to WWE. In short, nobody's really interested. But it's in our duty to see what Lewis has to say, and if he is back for good.
Woo!
I miss you guys so much. Can you believe it's been 3 years since I've been in this ring? Well, unfortunately, I don't intend on staying long. I've just returned to support my good friend Francis in his final fight with Captain Rhodes. You know, Rhodes and I have got a bit of history ourselves. Let me tell you, he was an awesome man, and he's still an awesome now. Watch your language, mister! Huh? Who's that? Anyway, good luck, Francis. I know you'll be the winner of this feud. Well, Lewis may live to regret the moment that he decided to trash talk Captain Rhodes, because he's on his way to the ring right now. Of course, it's been well documented that Captain Rhodes and Francis have now become bitter rivals. There's no love lost between those two, and since Lewis is a friend and tag team partner of Francis, therefore I imagine there's no love lost between him and Rhodes either. Was I right, or was I right? Francis can't beat me on his own, and he knows it. So he went out and dug up this black to stand in his corner. What's the matter, Cap? You afraid to use the N-word? No, I'll just get shit. I mean crap. Or I mean lip from penny bags. Point is, you won't be able to help Francis at Halloween Haunt. Oh! And Captain Rhodes just floored Lewis with a hard fist. 'Cause I just laid you out. But wait a minute, here comes Francis. Captain Rhodes wants a fight, he's gonna get it. These two, I don't think they'll be able to hold on till Halloween Haunt. Captain Rhodes has indeed made this personal, as he not only attacked Francis in repeated showings of Battlefront, he has also chosen to go after Francis's longtime friend Lewis, and now the stakes are even higher for the inevitable match between these two at the Halloween Haunt.
Just like the good old days, huh, Alex? Doing time because of you? How is this my fault? It's Pennybags that threw both of us in here.
Jesus Christ! Is Pennybags planning on arresting the entire roster?
Judging by the fact that even I got arrested, that's probably not far from the truth. I swear as soon as I get out of here, I'll see to it that Pennybags is fired. Forget it, Mark. With old f*** Mallory over the...
Watch your language!
I am getting so sick of that catchphrase. With him there, we're not going anywhere. Then that's it. TWA's dead. I'm just gonna untie my belt and hang myself.
Well, now it seems my colleague Mark Adams is now making up lost time with his estranged brother, TWA, Alexander Ace Adams, as well as James Bond and Fox McCloud, who are stuck within the same prison. I don't know how Mark plans to get himself out of this predicament. But we're going to start off our festivities for the night as we're going to see the unstoppable giant Gigant. Gigant is currently 4-0 in his TWA record. He is undefeated, but he's going to go up against a man who is of equal size in terms of height in Robert Barone. The challenges for Gigant are not going to get any easier.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Munich, Germany, weighing in at 376 pounds, Gigant.
This man has been impressive. What more can I say? Beating 4 opponents through the many Battlefronts he has competed in thus far. This man continues to be dangerous in and out of that ring. Somehow, I think Gigant likes it. I think he feeds and thrives off the competition he is getting. Every time he gets a chance to destroy an opponent who runs his mouth, that just gives Gigant more incentive to kick that person's ass and put him in the hospital for a night. The only question is Robert Barone going to make that same trip?
And his opponent, accompanied by his mother, Marie Barone, from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 235 pounds, Robert Barone.
Well, I don't know how much of help Marie is going to be in that ring. If she even tries to get near Gigant, I would fear what's going to happen. Because the fact remains, Marie Barone may be a manager, but she has no athleticism. So trying to stand up to a man who's 7 feet in Gigant. Gigant is so far making a huge example out of Bobby Barone. Oh, and a massive headbutt. Doesn't even hit the head, but Robert goes down anyway like a sack of potatoes.
Oh no.
Gigant is very methodical, taking Robert Barone's size and strength and using it as a weakness against him. Marie looks like she's already frantic for her son. I don't know. I mean, if she's like this for Robert, what's she going to be like for Raymond Barone? And speak of the devil, Ray Barone, he's on the outside of the ring. I don't know what he's planning to do.
All right.
And now Raymond, he's really taking a gamble here, trying to interfere on his brother's behalf. Despite the appearance of Ray Barone and Marie Barone, Gigant is very well focused. He's looking at Raymond as practically a non-factor, something that most wrestlers have trouble with. Raymond Barone is just doing anything and everything to distract Gigant. But, oh! And Robert was able to avoid a powerbomb by Gigant by planting his face through the mat. But that only made the German giant even angrier. Now he's going to try to break Bobby Barone's arm. Marie is just running up and down, pacing back and forth. Raymond Barone is on the apron. And referee Charles Robinson, considering Raymond has not laid a hand on Gigant, I guess he's letting it slide for now. Meanwhile, I don't know how my broadcast colleague Mark Adams is going to escape prison, as Rich Uncle Pennybags ordered Officer Mallory to place him in there early on tonight. Ray Barone continues to yell at Gigant. Looks like he finally paid for doing so. Oh! The massive consequence which put away many opponents. Ray Barone is going frantic, and Gigant trying to scare Ray Barone off. But will this distraction hurt Gigant? 1, 2, and Ray Barone and Marie decide to interfere because they sensed that the end was near for Robert. Referee Charles Robinson having stern words with Marie Barone. And now Gigant, he's going to break Ray Barone in the ring the hard way. Oh! Good God almighty, Gigant is treating the Barones like children. He's just whipping the hell out of them. And now Ray Barone. Oh, Gigant tries to roll up Robert. 1, 2. Oh, close call. Oh, with the punch. Logically, that should be a disqualification. But I think referee Charles Robinson. Wait a minute. He's ordering Raymond to leave. And Gigant, I think he has had enough of Ray Barone's interference, and now he's going straight after him. And paid the same consequence that Robert would. Gigant sends Robert back into the ring. Robert shoves Gigant off. Many have argued that this match should have ended already with a Gigant victory, but thanks to Raymond and Marie Barone, Robert has managed to stay in this match for just a little while longer. Gigant has a fan there proclaiming that he is the 8th wonder of the world. 1. Oh, and he shoves Bobby down hard. Hard elbow. Every time Gigant hits you with a headbutt or just a shoulder block or a tackle, it's like you were hit with a semi. And there's the consequence again. And here's the pin. Oh, come on. If it wasn't for Marie Barone's interference, this match would instantly be over. And now, Gigant. I don't think it's wise to go after Marie Barone, and you know the whole adage of laying your hands on a woman. And looks like Marie has finally left the building, and now Robbie has to face Gigant all on his lonesome. But it looks like at this point, Robert now has the advantage. He's doing everything he can to keep this German giant down. But now the Aryan monster is making his way back to the ring. Pulling Robert's leg. Robert thought he was going to get the win via countout, which smacks of desperation on his behalf. And now Gigant. Inward DDT. Robert's laid out. Forget about it. 2, 3. Gigant is 5-0.
Here's your winner, Gigant!
Robert stayed in there longer than any of the other victims Gigant has faced, but he is still victim number 5. Actually getting quite a positive response from the crowd here in Montreal. Gigant basically battled in a 3-on-1 situation, as he not only had to deal with Robert, he also had to deal with Raymond and Marie Barone. But despite their interference, despite all they tried to do to keep Gigant down, the German Giant has prevailed, and now he looks for his 6th victim. Oh! So how's Reptile?
He's just... It's like he's dead. He's not moving. He has no heartbeat. But he's still breathing, and it's the exact same with Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
I don't care about Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So Reptile is a vegetable?
Yeah.
Very well. Looks like I'll have to vacate the light heavyweight title.
So, what are you gonna do with it?
I'll think of something. You're excused. Here comes Rich Up and Pennybags' 2 backup dancers, Batman and Bane. It just sickens me to see the Dark Knight, once a revered babyface in the Television Wrestling Association, being reduced to this.
Angle, Machete, Owen Hart roams near, and we have yet to hear from you. Whether you like it or not, this tag team match is your only means of salvation. You can accept and fight for your freedom, or you can continue hiding. But know this. Pennybags and Mallory have an army of the Napoleonians searching for you. They will find you, and they will throw you in jail to rot. It's your choice, gentlemen. Fight for your freedom, or go directly to jail. Come on, brutes! Where's your guts? You aren't afraid of jumping off 15-foot ladders. Why should you be scared of us?
I'm so sorry to interrupt, Bane, but I come bearing some good news. You, my friend, will receive the opportunity of a lifetime later tonight. Invisible Man may have invoked his rematch clause, but he is not getting a TWA title rematch just like that. He will be in a number 1 contenders match tonight. And you, sir, will be his opponent.
My goodness, a TWA contenders match? Hey, thank you for this kind gesture.
Wait a minute. What about my title match? You promised me one tonight.
Don't worry, I didn't forget about you, Batman. Come to my office and we'll discuss that.
Well, congratulations, Bane.
Well, it looks like if Invisible Man wants to get his TWA Championship rematch against Freddy Krueger, he's going to have to go through Bane first in the number 1 contenders match tonight. Bane is more determined than ever now being under the corporate umbrella of rich Uncle Pennybags. Never ask me for a tip again, driver. Fun night, huh, Legs? Yeah, Gotham's a dope city. All the guns and drive-bys made me feel like a gangster. Our dinner was kind of expensive, though. Couldn't we have gone to the KFC next door? Yuck! Who wants to eat fast food for dinner? My choice was better. Anyway, I have some impromptu match that I gotta prepare for. See ya. Wait! How about a kiss goodnight? That's okay, Legs. Bye. Okay. Bye.
Okay, tell me about your plans.
If he wants a title match right now, then you'll have to wait until Halloween Haunt. I am planning a 6-man battle royal for the new vacant light heavyweight title. I will put your name on top of the list.
The light heavyweight title? The light heavyweight title! I am a former heavyweight champion. That title is way below my standards.
Please relax. At least you're getting a title match. Obama gave us nothing.
That's right. I'm giving you the privileges that Obama refused to give you. Oh, and in the spirit of Halloween, you can dress up as anyone you want in the match. I'm sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. I have to face Bane tonight to get my title rematch with Freddy? Yes. Last time I checked, a rematch clause guaranteed 100% that I would get the rematch. You know the rules, Mr. Man. Every title match requires a number 1 contenders match. Not when you have a contract that guarantees you a rematch. Oh, you wrestlers always have to complain about something, don't you? You know, if I didn't have you scheduled for this match, I'd arrest you to shut you up. You'd arrest one of your top drawers in me? I don't think that would be best for profit. Get out, you wise ass! Invisible Man is not too happy about having to go through Bane in order to get his title rematch against Freddy at Halloween Haunt. According to Invisible Man, he feels that he should be automatically granted the rematch, considering his rematch clause, but Rich Uncle Paybags makes the rules, and oh! Looks like Machete and Django finally answered Batman and Bane's little challenge. We have a little skirmish breaking out back here. Batman and Bane dared Django and Machete to come out. Well, they didn't come out, but they certainly came back. Into the back, if you will. Machete just laid out Bane on the concrete, and now Batman is getting the same treatment, getting bashed right on those locker type things. Batman not looking as dominant as he once was in his early TWA days, as both he and Bane got their asses handed to them by Django and Machete. What's going to happen if those two cross paths at Halloween Haunt, coming up in 2 weeks on pay-per-view? Well, folks, coming up next, we've got women's handicap action, as Catwoman is going to take on the challenge of the two sisters, Katana and Melina. Catwoman, of course, has been throwing her weight around lately as a gold digger who basically goes after whoever is the champions or gets a huge salary from whatever rich boss. Hopefully Catwoman is going to be put in her place at the hands of the two legendary Mortal Kombat sisters.
The following Divas contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Gotham City, weighing in at 124 pounds, Catwoman.
Catwoman apparently went on a date with Legs that stretched all the way to Gotham City. And quite frankly, Legs has to be the stupidest man on the face of the earth to really believe that this vixen has anything for him.
And her opponents, at a total combined weight of 244 pounds, Katana and Melina.
Catwoman is just shrugging off Katana and Melina, acting as though they are no match for her. And that's taking these sisters quite lightly. Of course, they've been sashed up in robes now thanks to this PG rating. I suppose next thing we know, Rich Uncle Pennybags is going to start up a crappy version of the TWA network, only $9.99 a month, and pretty much drive us almost into bankruptcy on the stock market. Katana with a huge slap to Catwoman. And Katana, unique move, moonsault off the second rope. Personally though, those ropes cannot be very comfortable for Katana and Melina, as they can't quite go as high risk as they once did. There's too much constriction. And how is Catwoman's suit supposed to be PG friendly? And from what I heard earlier in the back, Batman was not too happy about the possibility of going in a 6-man battle royale for the vacant light heavyweight title, which has now been stripped from Reptile because of apparently Reptile losing his soul. As we saw the return of Shang Tsung on the last time of Battlefront, we have now lost 3 great ninjas in our federation. What exactly is Melina trying to do to Catwoman? Trying to contemplate an attack. Katana is still the legal woman in that ring. Of course, considering the Divas action in this ring, I of course need to talk about the women's title situation. Both Samus and Metal Queen are pretty much still in the title hunt as it relates to the TX. Her and Sarah Connor have basically had a stranglehold over the TWA women's title ever since the summer. And now the rise of this newcomer, Samus, pretty much has the TX and Sarah Connor both being threatened. However, Metal Queen, who is a longtime veteran, is not impressed with the rise of Samus and hoped to teach her a lesson in paying her dues, which Metal Queen did at the last pay-per-view. She defeated Samus, but the newcomer was not too happy about it. Melina with a pin. 1, 2. Catwoman gets the shoulder up. I also wonder if that loss to Metal Queen has shattered Samus's confidence in going after the TX and the Women's Championship. Catwoman right now is fighting like she wants that Women's Championship. The cat kick. Oh! Very close. Catwoman was that close to getting the victory. Catwoman trying to go high risk, but Katana stops her in her tracks. That may buy Melina some time. Melina tried to go high risk, but she didn't have the same luck that Katana did earlier with the moonsault. Now Catwoman using those deadly high heels to really wrench into the spine of Melina. Melina really hanging on the ropes right now. Catwoman is not only slick and sneaky, she's also very dangerous. 1. Not even close. Melina's going to have to do a lot more to keep Catwoman down. Oh, I thought there was going to be a crucifix pin there. If Melina doesn't come up with something now, she's going to have to desperately make a tag to Katana if they want to have any chance of beating this Dark Lady Catwoman. Here's a variation of the cat kick. And Katana just got speared. 1, 2, 3. Catwoman is the winner.
Who's your winner? Catwoman!
Well, the sisters were basically no match for this vixen. Catwoman is victorious. Well, the women's title scene may be overcrowded currently, but Catwoman hopes to add her name to the prestigious list of many TWA Diva hopefuls in terms of winning the Women's Championship. I hear there's a bit of an argument happening backstage. We're going to have to see what it is.
Ugh, I can't wrestle in these damn robes. This cannot go on. We need to fight this before we sink to the bottom of this card. What? He thinks what we wore before was revealing? He's gonna pass out when he sees us next Battlefront.
Good evening.
Good evening, Hitchcock.
It would appear as though a series of events have brought our clients head to head.
I know.
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but my slashers are the hottest items on the market. They are riding a wave of momentum that will undoubtedly wash your clients away and drag their titles out to sea and into our hands.
I disagree, but we'll just have to wait and see. Won't we?
Yes. Nice meeting you, Kubrick.
So, you're in the Halloween Haunt Battle Royale too, huh? Who you guys dressing up as?
This is it! I'm going as the guy who can't wait to win the light heavyweight title!
Well, I'm not sure what you Americans like to dress as, so I'll just wear my mankini. Yeah? I'll probably go as... Wait a minute. What do I care about what you're wearing? All I care about is beating your puny butts and winning that title. This will finally stick it. to legs. What the What's your language? Well, from the looks of it, we know who 3 of the 6 participants are in this light heavyweight championship battle royale. We got Arms, Borat, as well as Raymond Barone. We'll check out who the other 3 participants are going to be soon enough. But coming up next, we've got more Divas action, as the newcomer Samus Aran is going to take on the challenge of the seasoned veteran Sonya Blade. Hopefully Samus has been able to collect her way of thinking and get herself back on track after she did suffer a loss to Metal Queen at the past pay-per-view, and focus on getting herself to the TWA Women's Championship echelon.
The following contest is a Divas match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Austin, Texas, weighing in 120 pounds, Sonya Blade!
This is one chick you don't take lightly. She has challenged for the Women's Championship many times. Even though she's never been Women's Champion, she knows what it takes to hang with a Women's Champion. And that's a lesson she sets to teach out to Samus.
And her opponent, from Sebes, weighing in at 209 pounds, Samus Aran!
Chick is getting ready for the women's title match against TX at Halloween Haunt. But she's still got to go through another obstacle in Sonya Blade. I mean, if Samus ends up coming up short against Sonya Blade, what's the TX going to do at Halloween Haunt? Not to mention Sarah Connor's probably watching, the devious look in her eyes, probably laughing at the challenge of Samus. Samus is starting off very strong. But one thing we know about Sonya Blade is she's very persistent. She will come back when you least expect it. Sonya Blade has a history of challenging for the Women's Championship, as been documented. Samus, of course, has the added advantage of the steel costume, the uniform that she currently possesses. Sonya Blade, though, also has that bulletproof vest surrounding her, so therefore she doesn't worry about too much collateral damage. Samus just drops Sonya Blade down hard. We also have a pretty monumental match coming up later tonight, as we will see some tag team action, as we will see the returning God team up with Chuck Norris to take on Death and Hannibal Lecter. The roof is going to explode here in Montreal when we see God. God, a former world champion, also a former main eventer at Telemania. He took a break to regroup, but now he is back to address the challenge of the one they call Slender Man. And Samus goes high risk with that unique shooting star press. But Sonya Blade comes right back with a 360 kick. Sonya Blade is indeed not threatened by this rookie. Now Samus is daring Sonya Blade to get up. I don't know what she has in store for her. Oh, she tried to spear, but Sonya Blade just reversed it into a power slam. That may be a rookie mistake on Samus Aran's behalf. And there's the Fisher Woman Suplex, as Sonya Blade likes to call it. And there's one. Samus was not going to let that mistake cost her. She cannot let any mistake get in her way. Not now. She's going to compete for the Women's Championship at Halloween Haunt in 2 weeks. And she cannot afford to let someone like Sonya Blade embarrass her and a Macho Man-like flying elbow. Samus staring Sonya Blade to get up. And there's the North Fair Nightmare. Gonna send Sonya Blade sky high and crack her spine. Will this be at 1, 2, 3? Samus, a very impressive victory.
Who's your winner? Samus!
Looks like she didn't let her defeat at the hands of Metal Queen affect her much, as she pulled off a pretty dominant victory over Sonya Blade. Despite that one mistake that could have cost her, Samus was persistent and she came out on top. TX, as well as Sarah Connor, better take notice. And there, of course, is the manager of the current women's champion.
Wow. All these weeks gone by, and we have not been acquainted with each other yet. Superman has already told me enough about you, and what he said sickened me. So he told you I betrayed the human race, right? I bet he neglected to mention all the years I spent trying to help them. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. Let's thrust you into the spotlight. Let's give you a women's title match the second you show your face. Let me tell you this, you spoiled bitch. Superman is the only reason you got this far. The TWA loves him and would bend over backwards for any one of his requests. Lies that this woman tells. My old friend Meadow Queen and I may not agree on much, but she is right about you. You are not ready for the TX. Despite all the hype everyone has given you, it will not save you from her. And you're no different. than any of those other delusional divas who told themselves that they could beat her. The TX is going to show you how much of a mistake you made f***ing with me. Nice speech, Connor. Did you spend all this time making it up? So you and Metal Queen say I'm a rookie and that I have no combat experience? Let me tell you what I have done. I have captured the galaxy's deadliest space pirates. I have rescued countless civilians from hostile situations. And I've destroyed monsters that are beyond your comprehension. I think your little cyborg is nothing compared to what I have faced before. I'll show you and the TX how much of a mistake you have made underestimating me. You're dead, you little bitch. Samus is daring Sarah Connor to get into the ring. Oh, and Samus doesn't want to wait. She wants to go after Sarah right now. And the crowd in Montreal is enjoying this. And here we go. We got a little fight on the outside. Cat fight between two divas. Sarah Connor, a multiple women's champion in her own right, but Samus doesn't give a crap. She's going to drop her straight on her ass. But oh man, there's the current women's champion TX. She surprised Samus from behind. And oh no, determination. And this is without a helmet. Samus, with her head hitting the bare steel, she could have suffered a concussion. If the TX and Sarah Connor did that to her now, what is going to happen when she steps in the ring with them at Halloween Haunt? Samus is going to have to dig deep and suck it up in a sort of way. You okay, Samus? Yes, I'm fine. But the TX won't be come Halloween Haunt. That's the spirit, Samus. Get your confidence up for that match. You'll need all the confidence in the world to win that title. I just wish you the best of luck. Thank you. This is an open and shut case, Clark. Look, I know you want to stop Sarah's reign of terror on the Divas division, and so do I. But Samus is not the one to do it. That segment said it out loud. What do I have to do to show you that I am ready? Enough, Metal Queen. I am sick of your criticism of Samus. I see a skilled, honorable fighter ready for this grand challenge in her. If you ask me, you sound more like you care less about seeing the TX dethroned and more about you getting the gold for yourself. Well, quit your complaining and support Samus. She's trying to help all of us. Not just herself. F*** you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bugs Bunny!
I see that my broadcast colleague Mark Adams has still not made it out of prison yet.
Tick-tock, Jim. I issued you the challenge, and you still haven't answered. Are you having doubts, Jim? Are you, scared? Don't be ashamed to admit it. I'd be scared if someone wanted to give me a horror movie style beating on TWA's scariest pay-per-view of the year. Come on, you yellow belly. Get out here.
All right. I'm here.
Yeah, so it's Ace Ventura today, Jim. Who will it be tomorrow? Lloyd Christmas? Mr. Popper?
All right then. I'm going to be straight with you. I know I'm Jim Carrey. Like how Freddy Krueger knows he is Robert Englund. Like how James Bond knows he is Daniel Craig. Ace, Lloyd, Mask, they're parts that I play. Parts that I like to play. To entertain these people. To make them laugh. It isn't us losing to Jacket Alex twice that's pissing you off, isn't it, Bugs? It's the truth, the fact that I am a real person and you're just a lifeless drawing.
You just answered the challenge, Jim. You versus me at Halloween Haunt.
Okay, you're on. But you're not gonna fight Ace, Lloyd, Mask, or Jim. You're gonna meet a deranged nut. You may be familiar with him. His name is... What is he doing?
Yeah, I've changed disguises faster than you, Jim.
It's my turn.
When the truth is found to be.
Oh, I had a feeling it was going to be this guy.
And all the
The Cable Guy! And here we go. Bugs Bunny and Jim Carrey, known now as the Cable Guy. Two guys going at it. Are these two going to go at Halloween Haunt? I don't think these two are going to wait. And Cable Guy just dropped Bugs Bunny with a drop kick. These two were former tag team partners, former tag team champions as a matter of fact, but now they become unstable enemies. It looks like the Cable Guy really dropped Bugs Bunny hard on the concrete. I don't know if Bugs Bunny is even going to be 100% when he goes into that ring to face the Cable Guy at Halloween Haunt, if that match has been scheduled yet. Well, we last saw Meadow Queen pretty much arguing with Samus and Superman. We'll see what she's up to now. Vanessa.
Don't you dare call me by my real name. You and I are not friends.
I heard you talking to Superman. I heard how he spoke to you. The things he said to you were despicable. Everyone knows you are the greatest diva this company has ever produced. Not some flavor of the month skank who gets things handed over to her.
I'd hate to agree with you, but you're right there. Anyway, get out of here.
Alright, let me ask you this, Mrs. Miller. What support has Nazareth given you lately? He knows you desire to be women's champion again. What has he done about it? He's never fought to get you a match. I don't even recall him caring about your wants and needs. But I do. I care about you.
Just get away from me!
Well, we got our next matchup coming here as Iron Man taking on the challenge of the Giant Jaws. Iron Man has been falling on hard times. He suffered another loss at the hands of the returning Donkey Kong the last time we saw him on Battlefront. Is his horrible streak of bad luck going to continue here against the 2014 King and former world champion?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 310 pounds, Iron Man.
Ever since Iron Man attempted to go for the TWA World Championship and came up short, his luck has only seemed to have gotten worse. He has been suffering loss after loss, and now he's going up against a man who has risen up to the top of the ranks in TWA pretty quickly. Jaws is established as one of the deadliest competitors TWA has to offer.
And his opponent, from Poland, weighing in at 338 pounds, Jaws!
Despite his incredible rise in TWA, it seems the Montreal crowd is gravitating more towards Iron Man.
It would be in Iron Man's best interest to prolong the match. Try to keep Jaws in the ring for at least half an hour. If he can get Jaws tired, he'll definitely have the momentum. Problem with Jaws, though, is when he catches you in his grasp, he will make sure you are hurting well enough to not be able to kick out of pinfalls or submissions. That 7-foot slam is so deadly, I think a few people have gone to the hospital with a shattered spine because of it. I mean, this was the same 7-foot slam that beat a former 2-time world champion in the Incredible Hulk. Same man he would beat in the finals of the King of the Tube tournament to not only become King of the Tube, but world champion within the same night. Not many other superstars could say they accomplished the same thing. Iron Man doesn't care about the accomplishments that Jaws has achieved. I mean, after all, Iron Man himself is a former King of the Tube winner from 2013, as he defeated Chuck Norris in the finals. So to him, Jaws' accomplishments mean absolutely nothing. Iron Man, a former tag team champion in his own right. He wants to see some luck in the singles competition. But so far, lots of competitors have been giving him a hard time. Right now, Jaws is giving Iron Man a heck of a hard time. It would probably be in Iron Man's best bet not to rely too much on high-risk maneuvers, because Jaws knows how to take a flying opponent and set him up for his 7-foot slam. Trouble is, Iron Man has been known to be an aerialist. Most of his offense comes from the top rope. Jaws tried to reverse an Irish whip, but Iron Man comes right back with a smooth drop kick. Iron Man actually holding his own very well against Jaws. Match is now 5 minutes old. And oh, the Jericho missile on Jaws. But it would be more beneficial for him to do it inside the ring. And oh! Damn! Jaws, the weight of him was so big, just his head destroyed the entire announce table. I don't know what Mark would think if he were to see this, but he was thrown in prison earlier tonight, and it is unknown if Mark is even going to make it to Halloween Haunt to announce with me, as he is currently being kept in the cell along with TWA, James Bond, and Fox McCloud. But Iron Man hoping to end this via submission. Jaws did not give up, but he certainly weakened. Jaws getting reeled with hard punches by Iron Man. Not looking as dominant as his earlier exhibitions. Iron Man using whatever strength he could to lift Jaws up with a power slam. I gotta give Iron Man credit. He is not giving Jaws any breathing room.
which is exactly what you got to do when going up against a giant. Now Iron Man, high risk, and he nails the mark. Jaws is getting angry. Hard kicks. Iron Man swiftly gets out of the way, and now he's going to try to stretch Jaws, but he easily grabbed the ropes. Tough luck for Iron Man right there. 1, 2. Oh, very close. But I think he's got to do a lot more to keep Jaws down. Now Jaws is going to try the same abdominal stretch that Iron Man attempted earlier. Iron Man, he's not giving up. He's saying no. But Jaws will not let up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Iron Man being set up with a 7-foot slam. And he goes down hard. 1, 2, 3. That has to be a heartbreaker for Iron Man.
Who's your winner? Jaws!
So close, yet so far away. Iron Man had most of the momentum in this match, but once Jaws trapped him into the 7-foot slam, there was no going back, and Iron Man now looks to be another loss in the hole. Hey, what can I do for you, Mario Brothers? Before you threaten to arrest us, hear us out. We have just learned that our dearly departed Peach's death was of Andross's doing. Mario and I request that you throw that murderer in your little jail right now. Sorry, fellas, but Andross and I are in the middle of a business transaction currently. Excuse me? He's selling me an entire planet in the Lilat system at a generous price. You're dealing with that psychopath? Sorry, but I gave him a stay out of jail free card. No matter what he does, he can never be incarcerated. Okay? Bye-bye now. Fine. Then give me a match with that f***er at Halloween Hunt. Andross will not be disturbed from our transaction. And watch your language. You can go to hell with that son of a bitch. I will not stand for this behavior. Officer Marley! Yeah, you better run, you welfare moochers! Another abuse of power, rich Uncle Pennybags, as he is refusing to arrest Andross for his crimes of all he has done to the Mario Brothers in the Nintendo family, all because of a business transaction. Real nice. You ready, God?
Yes, my son. Let's show Slenderman what he is in for.
Well, after you.
I insist. You first.
Alright. See you out there. We got our heavily advertised tag team match coming up next as God and Chuck Norris team up to
take on Slender Man's two backup dancers, Death and Hannibal Lecter. And God has pretty much issued an open challenge to Slender Man for Halloween Haunt. God and Chuck Norris should win, and Slender Man should take this challenge very, very seriously.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Dallas, Texas, weighing in at 224 pounds, Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris has not been intimidated by Slender Man and his mind games. And tried as they might to take his soul, he had found an ally in God. And now these two hope to put Slender Man and his henchmen in their place once and for all.
And his partner from heaven, weighing in at 400 pounds, the Lord God.
God getting a huge standing ovation. Crowd in Montreal absolutely adores this man, and why not? His accolades speak for himself. Former world champion, main eventer at TWA. This man has been in one of the most brutal matches with many individuals ranging from the Stalker to Nazareth to even Satan.
And their opponents, at a total combined weight of 421 pounds, Death and Hannibal Lecter.
These two are almost satanic in their behavior. But of course, God has seen it all when it comes to the depths of hell. He went to hell and back with Satan at End of Days 2 years ago. And he actually ended up leaving hell in the hands of Death. He had trusted that individual, and now he has betrayed that trust by joining up with that unusual being known as Slender Man. And Hannibal Lecter trying to do whatever he can to keep Chuck Norris down, but Chuck is in a fighting mood. Chuck with those hard kicks, and Hannibal Lecter may not be staying for very long. And Chuck is pretty much telling Death over there, this is what you're going to be in for too. You're next. And now Chuck Norris making a tag to God, and now we're going to see double teaming here. And of course, double teaming is nothing new to Death and Hannibal Lecter, as they have sought out to attack Chuck Norris multiple times together.
Hannibal Lecter is getting no offense in whatsoever. He is just getting hammered at the hands of God and Chuck Norris. We still got Invisible Man against Bane later tonight to determine who will be the #1 contender to Freddy Krueger's TWA Championship for the Halloween Haunt pay-per-view. Of course, let us also not forget the Universal Championship situation, as Nazareth will defend his Universal title against the most interesting man in the world. And the most interesting man has made sure to make Nazareth's life miserable by going after Nazareth's current love interest, Metal Queen. And of course, we have a 6-man battle royale to determine the vacant light heavyweight championship, recently vacated thanks to Reptile's soul being taken away. And of course, I can sense some angry fans on the internet about this, about why stripping the title from Reptile before he would ever be defeated in the ring. And of course, the crowd there in Montreal held a sign there, as well as you can hear the chants of "You Still Got It," referring to Chuck Norris and God. However, it's not helping Chuck Norris currently, as he is on the receiving end of Death's offense. And I think I've gotten some confirmation from reliable sources in the back that indeed God and Slender Man will square off at the Halloween Haunt pay-per-view. After all his mind games throughout the past year and a half, Slender Man will finally have to step into the ring with one of the all-time greats. Looks like Hannibal Lecter and Death continue to try to make God's life miserable, but Hannibal Lecter paid the price by going over the steel steps. And God throws Hannibal into the ring the hard way, but Death finds an opening, and God goes down hard. Now we see Chuck Norris get tagged in again, and looks like some great teamwork at the hands of God and Chuck Norris, doing whatever they can to fight off these yes men to Slender Man. This has been a pretty eventful Battlefront thus far. And of course, the women's title will be on the line at Halloween Haunt, as well as the TX will defend her title against Samus. Will Samus finally step up to the occasion, step up to the plate, and win the women's championship after merely a month in the TWA? It would probably be the fastest rise any champion has gone through in TWA's history if it were to fall that way.
Of course, Chuck Norris is no stranger to a fast rise in sports entertainment, as he had won the TWA championship after nearly 6 months into his tenure. Chuck with a pin. 1, 2. Death gets the shoulder up. God and Chuck Norris, and Death for that matter, have all main evented Telemanias. Hannibal Lecter, though, is the only one that hasn't. Chuck Norris makes him realize that going through the barricade steel was worse than the feeling of not main eventing a Telemania ever. And now Chuck Norris ramming Death's head into the ring post. It's kind of bedlam out here now. Death throws Chuck Norris to the outside. Hannibal Lecter, like a damn vulture, is feasting on the corpse. Chuck Norris coming in with hard fists, but that hardly seems to faze the Grim Reaper. Death tries to drop Chuck Norris with a spine buster, but Chuck is still in the game. He's not going to let Death win simply like that. And here's the Death grip. Here's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and not only did Chuck Norris kick out, but God stopped it at the same time. And now what the hell is Hannibal Lecter doing? He's not even the legal man. Come on, get him out of there. And God trying to break up the submission hold, but luckily he didn't have to as Chuck Norris is kicking away. God puts the Holy Driver on Hannibal Lecter for good measure to keep him out. And now God trying to grab assistance to Chuck Norris, but he's only got to the count of 5 to do what he has to do. And Hannibal Lecter goes down hard to the outside. Chuck Norris back in full form. And now Death is in serious trouble as Hannibal Lecter was hit hard on the outside. Massive scoop slam coming up. He throws Death halfway across the ring. Chuck Norris spears Hannibal Lecter off the apron. We're going to see the Holy Driver coming up once again. God's got Death right where he wants him. Nowhere to go. Here's the pin. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. That was so close. God nearly had the win with the Holy Driver set up right there without Hannibal Lecter to stop him. But maybe that shows Death and Hannibal Lecter are a lot stronger and tougher than I give him credit for. Hannibal Lecter continues to throw Chuck Norris off the ring apron so he can't come and help him. And now God is going to give Hannibal the Holy Driver for good measure. He could finish him off here if he wants to. Chuck Norris, I think, just knocked Death off the apron. And now God is going to go to the top rope, going to go high risk. And an arm drag right from the top rope. It looks like God is going to let Chuck Norris finish Hannibal Lecter off. Are we going to see roundhouse? Hannibal Lecter saying no. there's Hannibal's version of the Olympic slam. 1, 2, oh, and Chuck just got the shoulder up. He was almost in severe doom right there. Now, Chuck Norris, he's just using the eyes of fear to strike into Hannibal Lecter. Roundhouse! Here's the pin. 1, 2, 3. That's it! Chuck and God are the victors.
We're your winners, God and Chuck Norris.
Massive victory, and the crowd in Montreal giving God and Chuck Norris the accolades they richly deserve. Both of them made an example of Hannibal Lecter in death. Now God hopes to make an example out of Slender Man should he get the challenge at Halloween Haunt. Judging by the distortion on the screen, there's Slender Man. And I don't think he's too happy. Slender Man's just giving that blank, dead stare at both Death and Hannibal Lecter over their failure to defeat God and Chuck Norris. Master, we tried our hardest. They're just too strong. No, please don't. We have been loyal to you, Master. Please. No! They're gone. I don't know, did Hannibal Lecter and Death just die? Did they suffer a terrible fate? I didn't believe that anybody truly dies in wrestling, but... Whew. We are now just moments away from tonight's main event, Bane versus the Invisible Man, for the #1 contendership of Freddy Krueger's TWA title at Halloween Haunt. Despite the fact that Invisible Man invoked his rematch clause last Battlefront, Mr. Pennybags has ordered Invisible Man to compete to earn #1 contendership. So Bane, this is your first opportunity to contend for the TWA title. Any last minute comments?
Just this, weakling. I have awaited this moment for too long. And here it is. I am this close to the grand prize that I rightfully deserve. I will not fail. Django, Machete, Bruce and I will tend to your dismemberment later. Right now, it's the Invisible Man's turn. And then, it will be Freddy's turn.
Any comments, Batman? Good luck. There you have it. Bane versus Invisible Man is coming up next. Alright, thanks for that, Justin. Still can't get over what happened there with Slender Man, Death, and Hannibal Lecter as they had just disappeared in a cloud of smoke. But we have to move on with business as usual. Our main event for the night, #1 contendership to determine who will face Freddy Krueger for the TWA Championship at Halloween Haunt, as Invisible Man is set to take on Bane. Now, despite Bane's immense size, there are many at the Las Vegas betting pool, as well as people I've talked to in Montreal, that say Invisible Man's going to win this. He's got the experience, and that he's got what it takes to beat Freddy.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 210 pounds, the Invisible Man.
Of course, my broadcast colleague Mark Adams is still not here due to being stuck in jail, but I know he would be cheering heavily behind the Invisible Man right now, as he has been a cheerleader of his ever since he had won the TWA title back at Telethon. The Invisible Man, of course, would like to beat Bane and, of course, get his hands on Freddy Krueger so he could become TWA champion for the 3rd time, and might I add, the first person to do so should he be successful. Nobody has gone beyond 2 TWA championship reigns.
His opponent, from the pit, weighing in at 271 pounds, Bane!
Beast of a man. And of course, he's getting a comfy position in TWA now that he's kissing hairy ass of Rich up the penny bags. Of course, the same thing cannot be said for Bane's current tag team partner Batman, as the farthest he was given in terms of going for a championship was being part of that 6-man battle royale, which is supposed to take place at Halloween Haunt for the vacant light heavyweight championship. Wait a minute, is that Freddy Krueger? Yeah, looks like the current TWA champion is set here to join me at ringside and I guess watch this encounter. So, Freddy Krueger, I just have to ask, what is your purpose for coming out here tonight?
Well, RJ, let's just say that Invisible Man is probably the most overrated TWA superstar I had seen in my life. And I would like to see him exposed for the rat that he truly is. And who better to put him in his place than Bane? Just look at the size of that man.
Of course, though, Invisible Man is going to be motivated to beat you, considering the questionable way you beat him for the championship at the last pay-per-view.
What do you mean, questionable? I beat him fair and square. You're just too dumb to see that, Peckham.
Well, considering your status as the world champion, I guess I can't be in much of a position to disagree with you.
That's right. Shut up. I'm just going to watch the Invisible Man once again be embarrassed for the hollow man that he truly is.
Bane with a hard side suplex.
I mean, come on, look at Invisible Man. He's not looking very dominant to me right now. Bane is easily wiping the floor with this guy. I could easily take that tape that he has over his head and just use it as tape over my butter knives.
What about covering your face?
Don't you get smart with me, RJ.
What about the time at Telemania 3, Freddy, where you just ended up staring at Mark and me while you ended up losing the bank heist match?
I don't remember that. It never happened.
But the whole world saw it.
I said it never happened! Now you shut your trap or I'm gonna gouge your goddamn eyes out.
Jesus. Freddy Krueger, you have to be considered one of the nastiest individuals that TWA has ever had.
Well, I don't care. I didn't get this far by playing nicey nice with all these other fakesters, all these wannabes that consider themselves TWA championship material. I have won this championship twice, fair and square, simply because I am the best wrestler in the sports entertainment field today. I am better than any one of them, especially that hollow piece of crap, Invisible Man.
Invisible Man really giving Bane a hard time now. Invisible Man is finding a way, though, to stay in this match and try to outsmart Bane.
Come on, Bane, get him!
Also, I have to ask, Freddy, where are your current associates, Michael Myers and Leatherface?
They didn't come with me this week. Why do you ask?
Well, they've been around you for so long, I figured you would want them at ringside to, I guess, give you some extra guides on how to deal with the Invisible Man.
Well, even though those two are one of the best competitors I have been around in TWA's history, I don't need anybody's help to take Invisible Man down. Or to take anybody else down for that matter.
I take it you're not missing any confidence in your ability to beat Invisible Man, or Bane for that matter, should he win this match here tonight.
Even though I'm on good terms with Bane, he too is going to realize what I am made of. Why I am called the Nightmare from Elm Street.
And oh, Bane just got a near fall right there. And now Bane is going to try to go for the Cobra Driver.
Ah! Good night, Invisible Man!
Oh! Invisible Man just got the shoulder up at the last minute.
Come on, Bane.
Invisible Man going for the top rope. Is he going to try to put Bane away with the hollow slam? And here's the pinfall. One. And now here comes the hollow slam. Oh, he takes Bane down hard. And here's the... Does it look like he's going to pin him? Freddy, you're looking a bit frantic. One.
Come on, kick out! Oh. And Bane just got the shoulder up, but Invisible Man, he's going to go for it again. I see Freddy over here is biting his finger knives. He's a bit nervous. 2. No! Somehow, Freddy, I sense you're a little nervous by the Invisible Man, maybe intimidated by him. I am not intimidated or scared of that hollow piece of crap. And if you keep being accusatory to me, RJ, I am going to have to stab you in the goddamn intestines. And I think it's probably best if I just stay quiet. Maybe you should. Invisible Man just got up despite that axe handle from Bane. And Bane tried to go for a Stinger Splash, but Invisible Man was able to get out of dodge. Now Invisible Man sends Bane to the outside. He could get the count-out victory, but I think Invisible Man is more determined than ever to prove to you, Freddy, that he belongs in the world title match as well as the world title picture, period. And I've not exactly been a fan of Invisible Man in the past, but the guy's persistent. I'll give him that. And now he's going to send Bane to... Oh! Right on the steel steps! Oh, of course, he had to use the steel steps. That is your former world champion right there. You cheats! Okay, talk about the pot calling the kettle black. That's another story for another time. Bane just slammed Invisible Man down hard, although Bane has got to be reeling from that steel step attack. I mean, that right there should have been an automatic disqualification. Well, I guess a certain case could be argued for that, Kruger. However, referee Charles Robinson is a well-trusted official. He ain't squat! He is the most incompetent referee I've ever seen since the NFL refs. Bane just slammed Invisible Man down hard, but Invisible Man gets right back up. Invisible Man is not letting Bane's size be a factor here. And here's a suplex. Come on, Bane, come on! Massive German suplex. That's how you do it, Bane. Put that hollow piece of garbage right in his place. 1. Invisible Man got the shoulder up. What is it going to take for Bane to keep the Invisible Man down? Now, once again, the Invisible Man is going to send Bane to the outside. Jesus, superstar, Invisible Man just superplexed Bane off of that steel step on the outside. He's got to be dead. Come on, Bane, you're being a wuss.
The count is currently at 5.
Come on, Bane, get up.
Bane, sensing the dire situation he was in, could have got counted out if he had stayed out for a little longer.
Of course, Invisible Man has to take the cheap way out. He can't beat Bane by pinfall, so he has to do it on the outside.
And now Invisible Man, he's going to go up top. High risk here. I don't know what move it was he nailed. Maybe it was a diving headbutt. Crowd in Montreal is at the Bell Center is enjoying this. Massive scoop slam. And now Invisible Man, he's getting ready to plant Bane for the hollow slam, I believe for probably the 3rd time. Maybe the 4th. Down he goes. And here's the pin. 1.
No. Back.
Here's your winner, Invisible Man!
Well, if you can't get positive results out of somebody else, you gotta do it yourself.
And now Freddy Krueger's coming into the ring and he just speared Invisible Man after going through a gruesome match. But Invisible Man's right back up. And Freddy tried the nightmare, but no dice. Invisible Man seeks to shut Freddy Krueger up right here, right now. And he's going to do so using the steel steps, much like he did to Bane. Oh! And now, Invisible Man gonna slam Freddy Krueger hard on the steel steps. And I say it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. We will see these two collide in the main event of Halloween Haunt. Invisible Man taking on TWA champion Freddy Krueger for the title at the pay-per-view. Now the lights have gone dark. And it's snowing once again. We also got Universal Championship action as we will see Nazareth defend his Universal title against the most interesting man in the world. We will also see Samus Aran take on TX for the women's title. We will also see a vacant 6-man battle royale for the light heavyweight title being determined. And also many other action to be explored at Halloween Haunt live on pay-per-view. Don't miss it. Thanks for joining us, everybody. RJ signing off.